Good morning. So it occurs to me while I was out uh, driving on the dirt road in the Toyota, it occurred to me that I haven't greased uh, the lockers in a long time. I haven't uh, got in the wheel hubs in a long time, so I couldn't remember when the last time I greased it was. So I took the hubs off, and this is what. Well, actually, it's a couple different things. So this has got a gasket on it, but this is your lock in and lock out hubs. A lot of people have never taken these apart. I've been in this one once or twice before, but see, it's free. Yeah, this is supposed to actually be setting down in here. It yeah, but it spirals out as you that's when it's free, and when it's locked in, this comes out and engages with the notches. You see that the big notches, or the big teeth on this, engage with the notches on the inside of this. So when they're together, see if I get this in the right place. It really fits, I think, one way. So you kind of got to get it in the right spot. I don't remember which way it was, so I got to put it back together here in a minute. But in any case, I cleaned the thing. Oh, I see. Yeah. I'm gonna sit here and waste a bunch of time on it. But anyway, I cleaned this. I cleaned this hub, and I noticed that it had a little bit of corrosion starting. You can still see some places where it's been scarred up and where it was pitted. And this is a steel um, hub that's been chrome plated, and the chrome plating, I guess, is for it's for corrosion resistance, but in this case, it may be for look. So I just took it down, and you can see it's still really beat up. You got all the little pieces where it's been hit, but I took it down to the buffing wheel and buffed it out. But I'm fixing to repack this, and I'm going to repack this hub with uh, Lucas, Lucas red and tacky or something, or super tacky or whatever it is. It's my favorite grease, and I never can quite remember the name of it. I'm going to go get a tube here in a minute. But but I'm going to repack this hub, put it back together, and because I noticed when I went to throw in I didn't need the four wheel drive when I was riding on the dirt road, but I wanted to kind of get all the fluids moving around in the transfer case and everything. So sometimes I'll go off road and I'll lock the hubs in, and I'll just run down the road at 5 or 10 miles an hour for a while on the dirt, not on pavement, because it'll mess with your four wheel drive in low on pavement. But I'll go down the road for a while and let uh, all the components get the lubrication everywhere, because I think a lot of times people don't use their four wheel drive, and when they don't use their four wheel drive, it all gets gummed up. There's a mosquito trying to fly into the lens right there. I don't know what his deal is. Anyway, uh, but just kind of maintenance stuff. And then I've had this truck for like 10 or 15 years, and I've been in these hubs once, and it was probably 10 years ago, close to it. No, I've had this truck for about 15 years, and I got in the hubs probably about 10 years ago. Yeah, and I probably put that black grease. There was just a very little grease in here. I'm gonna put a little bit more than what there was because it seemed stiff when I went to engage it, and this is an aluminum part and this is a steel part. being chromed helps, but if you have aluminum and steel mating, what you end up with is a lot of times is because they're dissimilar metals, you end up with corrosion from it, and sometimes they end up getting galled, and uh, they don't move quite as right. There's a motorcycle over here, and the gas cap is aluminum and steel, and they get galled at least once a year. I got to break the gas cap apart because it has these two little pins that flick out, and I have to clean all the corrosion out and lube it. And but in any case, this is a 40-year-old truck, and I was thinking about it, and my wife asked me. She said, "Are you should restore the Toyota. You've had that a long time." And I thought, maybe I will slowly start to restore it. So I've got I saw where some woman was restoring one of these out west somewhere, I think, and she found a dash. I guess you can get them from the uh, dealership. So I went on their parts, Toyota's parts, and they have all the parts for these trucks. You can get them from the dealer apparently. So I don't think I got him, but I'm gonna uh, the dash is all cracked up on this thing, and I need to probably clean the seat. And there's some floor. I got a couple little soft spots about this big in the driver's side floor pan that I need to take the seat out, take the cover off of it, and weld some patches in there. And there's places like this where this has happened since I've had the truck. So um, we have salt on our roads sometimes in the wintertime, and the wheels spin it up, and it ends up rusting out because it gets up in the seam and stays in there. So I need to take this and grind it out and put a little patch in here and a little patch in here, and there's some down here on the bottom of the door panels and stuff. It's not real bad yet, and I've been kind of watching it, but I need to do something about it uh, just to stop it from getting worse. And that's kind of like the rust on these chrome things. If the rust gets into it, if you see a little bit of corruption in it, it's best to root it out, because if you see a little bit of corruption, it will spread, and then it'll pop all this chrome off, and it'll all start bubbling, and then it'll rust everywhere, and pretty soon you got to replace the hub. And that's how it is with everything. I think a lot of people don't realize that even life's that way. Corruption gets in your life, and just a little bit of corruption, it starts eating away, and then pretty soon it's spread through everything. One lie spreads into many lies. Well, it's the same with rust and deterioration. You got to keep your maintenance. You maintenance everything and upkeep it. If you don't, it all goes downhill. But this is a really nice, quiet Saturday morning, and actually talking to the camera. This is 8 minutes in, and I'm not going to do another take or anything like that. I'm not picky. I'm not even going to edit this. Uh, but this is the first sounds besides squirrels and birds that I've heard this morning, and me just making noise out here. Um, I like mornings like this. It's relaxing. But y'all have a good weekend. Have a good week. Don't dwell on the hard stuff. Keep it in the back of your mind. Be aware of the news and the things that are going on, but don't let it get to you. Do the maintenance. Do the things that you need to do for you and for your family and for your community, and protect your people and work on your machines. It's just, this is the stuff that God has given us to deal with, and it's our responsibility to deal with. So I'm going to enjoy the rest of my Saturday. Y'all have a nice week, nice weekend. God bless.